connected.
Hey everybody, it's dafobra on a beautiful day. Beautiful day on two wheels. So let me tell you a little story. Once upon a time, there were some Japanese motorcycle manufacturers that would make two motorcycles in the 600 class. In other words, in the 600 class, they would offer two motorcycles. One was more of a more upright, relaxed street machine. I don't know what you call it. And the other was more of a track-focused motorcycle, more aggressive seating position, higher power band. And that was like that for many years, except for one manufacturer. That manufacturer was Honda. Honda, while other companies were making two, Yamaha had the YZF 600R and the R6. Suzuki had the Katana 600 and the GSX-R 600. And even Kawasaki at one time had the ZX6R and his ZX6E. Whereas all Honda had was the CBR 600 F, the F1, 2, F3, F4, F4i, and RR. For a little bit, actually for 2 years or 3 years, there was a kind of a bleed over between the F4i and the RR. But one could argue that the seating position of this CBR 600RR, while it is probably the most aggressive seating position of any CBR 600 made, come on, it's not as aggressive as some of those SuperSports. And I think Honda really did a beautiful job because, you know, it can do anything. And my 07, I think, in my opinion, it's the best example of the CBR 600. Great power, great ergos, great comfort, great everything, great handling, amazing looks. I think it's the best looking CBR 600 ever built. But that's just me. So you're talking about now, the CBR 600 is getting a little long in the tooth. Well, of course it is, because Honda really hasn't done anything since this bike. The 2013 to 2016, thanks buddy, the 2013 to 2016 is this with a new body. I mean, granted, it's got the Showa big piston forks, which I'm sure feel amazing, but for the most part, it's this bike. It even might have a little bit less horsepower than the 07, because I hear the ECU or whatever, the timing is a little bit more aggressive on this bike. So Honda, much like the rest of the 600 category, kind of rested on its laurels because of the lackluster sales or whatever. As a result, they are getting rid of the CBR 600RR, and that's definitely going to happen in Europe, and I think it's going to happen in the United States as well. Now, what did they come out with? The CBR 250RR. I admit, that is one sexy bike. It's gorgeous. But do we really need a 250 SuperSport? I don't know. I mean, I don't know if it's coming to the United States. It seems like a shoo-in for Europe with licensing restrictions, but what are they doing with it here? I don't know. The CBR 1000 is going to get redone, and I've seen rumors of how that's going to become an all-new bike, and that's awesome. I mean, we need that, just considering what Kawasaki did to the ZX-10R. I mean, come on. I think there's still a market for the 600 class of motorcycles for people who might not necessarily need the power of a leader bike and don't want to pay a higher insurance that comes along with it. They want a good, strong, powerful engine and a flickable chassis and something that's a little bit more affordable. And I think the CBR 600RR does a great job in pretty much every aspect. So I hope Honda's making the right decision, and I also hope that the rest of the Japanese manufacturers don't follow suit and drop their 600s. I mean, if they're not big in sales, you know, why don't you look inside and see what you're doing? What are you offering the 600 market? You know, I feel like it's been, you know, I don't need something all new, but how about some new features, you know? Look at the R6. I mean, that's been around since 07, right? I mean, come on, what are they going to do with that thing already? It's a dinosaur. Beautiful bike, but hasn't been touched. Oh, that Akrapovich. Okay, everybody, well, that's my take on the CBR 600RR. Found a nice shady spot I can escape the sunlight for a little bit and escape the heat. You know, I really hope that this is a marketing trick by Honda to kind of generate interest on the CBR 600. Maybe they'll come out with a brand new version that's a little more than just new plastic. So thanks for watching. If you like this video, like this video. And if you really like this video, make sure you subscribe. And yep, I'm going to continue my ride, and I'll see you.